For PowerPoint exercise 7, we will be adding shapes to a slide. Go to File, New, Blank Presentation, and choose a blank slide layout. Once you've got a blank slide, please note that at the bottom of your window there should be a toolbar for drawing different shapes. Now, it usually is there, but if you don't see it, please go up to View, Toolbars, and select Drawing. See, if I click this, it disappears, and if I go back to View, Toolbars, and Drawing, that toolbar reappears. Okay, so we'll be using this toolbar to make a slide with a variety of very basic shapes. Now, the first one I'll show you is the line tool. Okay, if you click that and move your cursor onto the slide, you can see that my arrow has been replaced with a cross. Now, if I click and drag and then let go, you can see that I've created a very thin black line. Now, a couple of things. If you move your cursor over the line and you get a four-way arrow like this, that allows you to click and drag and reposition that line anywhere. Also, if you move your arrow to the ends and you put it over the handles, there's one in the front and there's one at the back, you can click and resize the line like I'm doing here. Okay, and the handles also let you click and move those 2 points, so basically you can make the line at an angle if you wish. Okay. Now, besides just moving and resizing, you can also put your arrow right on the line. Again, when you see the four-way arrows, you can double click the line. Double clicking the line opens up the Format Auto Shape option. This is a box that appears, and there's a couple of things you can do, including weight. Okay, if you click the up arrow, you can increase the weight, which basically makes the line thicker. If you go to 2.25 and click OK, you can see that the line has now become quite a bit thicker. Again, double click the line, and if you go to this option here, dashed, you can click the down arrow, and that lets you choose from a variety of dashed lines. So for example, I'll pick this one here, click OK, and you can see that I've now turned my solid line into a dashed line. Okay. Furthermore, if you wish, you can double click, and if you wanted to, you could change colors. For example, if I wanted this line red, see, I can make it red. Okay, moving along, I will now attempt to make a box. So going back down to the toolbar, I can click the button that says rectangle. I click it, and where I'll place my cursor where I want the box drawn. I click to start, drag, and let go. Okay. Again, it makes a rectangle, and you can see I've got handles on the corners and the sides, and so that allows me to adjust the size and shape of my rectangle. Also, you'll notice I've got a little green handle up here. When I put my cursor over that, I can click, drag, and rotate. Okay. Now, PowerPoint will automatically set the color at this light blue color. That's the default color. And the line will always be a very thin line. So if you wish to change any, if you want to change the appearance, just double click on the shape. Okay. And again, we can use the up arrows to make the box thicker, or likewise, we can even, um, next to the box, next to the style, there's a down arrow. You can, instead of choosing weighting, you can just go right to 2 1/4. Okay, so both both these options do the same thing. You can increase it manually by clicking up and down arrows next to weight, or you can just jump right to some preset styles. Okay, um, the line color, I can choose a line color, let's say blue, and the fill color, I can choose a color like yellow. Okay, so let's see what will happen to our box now that we've changed some of the settings. Click OK, and you can see I've got a blue fill, I'm sorry, a blue line and a yellow fill, and the line is thicker. Okay. Uh, Another thing you can do is you can draw ovals or circles. So going to your toolbox, I'll click oval, and I'll click and I'll drag, and again the computer sets the default color at a light blue and a thin line. I can double click this again and I can choose a thicker line just so it's visible. I can choose a fill, maybe light blue, and I can choose the line at maybe a purple. Click OK, and you can see that um, that's quite nice. Again, if I wish, I can click on the shape and use the handles to resize, or I can click and drag and reposition that shape. Okay. Last thing I'll show you is how to make arrows. So I can click the arrow and click, drag, let go. Okay. I'll do 2 arrows. Click, drag, let go. Now again, the arrows are customizable, so you can double click on the arrow and you can make the lines thicker or thinner, and you can choose different colors, and you can even choose different end styles. Let's try this open arrow. Click OK, and you can see it looks a bit different than this arrow. Okay, let's try a different one. Double click. Um, okay. And these handles again let you reposition the arrows, and that's all very easy to do. Okay. At this point, once you've got something done and it looks similar to your sample book, feel free to save it. And again, please save it on your disk or your removable disk. However, I'm going to show you um, 2 other things while we're doing this. Okay, um, if you want uh, to make a square or a circle, okay. For example, if I want a square, I can click rectangle, and when you do it manually, you can kind of, estimate what the square looks like, but there's a trick. If you press Shift while you're making your shape, hold the Shift key down, you'll notice that you always get a perfect square. Okay. Likewise, if you want a perfect circle, rather than doing it by estimating it, okay, it's hard to make it perfect, press the shift, and that will allow you to make perfect circles as well. Okay. So once you're done this exercise, please save it on your disk and proceed to exercise 8. And we'll call this PP7. Okay.